WAFF-48, Huntsville, Decatur shows the Tennessee Valley News Channel. Now, from around the valley, the top stories tonight.
We gave him leave for the rest of his contract.
One failure to wear the thing properly, and you're nailed.
Last call for cheers tonight. How will it end?
WAFF-48, the Tennessee Valley News Channel.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Holly Sherwood.
I'm Tom Kennemer. Thank you for being with us. Athens School Board members say suspended Superintendent Wayne Reynolds is out for good.
Tonight, the board voted to place Reynolds on permanent leave. Kathy Kern has been following the changing of the guards in Athens and joins us now from the newsroom.
Kathy, Reynolds was planning on going back to work.
That's right, Tom. His suspension ends tomorrow morning, but Athens School Board members say his services aren't needed anymore.
I regret the outcome from the vote of confidence by the members of the...
This vote of no confidence led to Reynolds' suspension in January. That suspension ends tomorrow morning. And in a letter to the Athens School Board tonight, Reynolds said he's ready to fulfill his duties as superintendent once again.
Item 14, approval.
But in a 5-to-1 vote, board members placed Reynolds on permanent leave. Newly elected board president Larry Remington says the decision is in the best interest of the Athens school system.
We gave him leave for the rest of his contract, which runs through June 30th. So he has about 35, 40 days, whatever's left on his contract this time. We have told him we do not need him to perform any duties as our superintendent.
Now the door is open for outgoing Madison County Superintendent Joe Anglin to step in. Last night, the county school board accepted his letter of resignation as of June 30th. So suspended Superintendent Reynolds is out. T. Jackson continues his role as acting superintendent, and Joe Anglin steps in at the beginning of July. Kathy, what about any legal battles brewing right now? Well, Holly, school board members say the ball is in Dr. Reynolds' court, and I spoke with him earlier tonight, and he referred me to his attorney, Jimmy Alexander. Mr. Alexander says he plans to pursue litigation, but wouldn't name any defendants at this point.
Not quite over just yet.
Nope. We'll
All
keep you updated.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thanks, Kath. A call for more diversification in Huntsville's fire and police departments was heard at tonight's council work session. Several council members questioned the procedures used to pick candidates, specifically testing. Councilman Richard Shower says despite revisions in the testing method, trainable candidates are still being eliminated because of unfair questions.
If we are interested in getting more diversity in our department, then if we really want to use the test mechanism, then we need to devise a test that's going to get people in. And once we identify those who are interested, then let's train them to be good fire officers, good police officers.
Showers wants a test that would determine if a candidate is trainable, not one that tests their intellect. Tom?
Tennessee students get the okay to pray. The Tennessee legislature approved a bill last evening that allows prayer at events students attend voluntarily. That includes football games, assemblies, and graduation. Opponents of the bill argue that events like graduation, although not required, are certainly events students want to attend. Tennessee's governor indicates he won't veto the bill, but he won't sign it either. If he doesn't sign it, it becomes law in 10 days. Prayer in schools is on the minds of Decatur residents as well. School officials there say Alabamians want school prayer. A recent survey shows more than 70% of Alabamians in favor of morning school prayer, but Decatur educators say they must follow the law. They say the Supreme Court clearly feels prayer in the schools infringes upon the rights of non-believers.
Eviction is on the way for some homeless people in Huntsville. About a dozen homeless people got eviction notices in March, and authorities plan to arrest those who don't comply by next Saturday. But not everyone agrees with that action. Members from the Mayor's Commission on Homelessness argue that the homeless have no alternative, but the mayor says it's not the city's job to provide those options.
To what extent is it the responsibility of city government to make sure that there is a bed available that they want and that has the rules that they want or the lack of rules therefore?
The homeless say if they are evicted, they'll leave and then come back to the same place later on. Jackson County authorities continue their search for a possible drowning victim. Earlier this afternoon, a woman reported seeing a car run off a Jackson County road and into a river. Rescue workers sent divers into the water looking for a car and a body, but so far they've come up with neither. Authorities say they'll keep searching until they find a reason to stop. Colombian officials find the wreckage of a 727 airliner that slammed into a mountain.
This story tops world news at this hour. The SAM jet was flying from Panama to Medellin when it disappeared from radar just before landing. Airline officials confirm none of the 133 on board survived the crash. A passenger list shows 7 Americans were on the plane. Colombia's Civilian Aeronautics Agency is investigating all the events leading up to the crash.
President Clinton signs a bill allowing people to register to vote while getting their driver's license. The so-called motor voter law also lets those applying for government benefits or enlisting in the military to get their voter registration card at the same time. The president calls the measure America's newest Civil Rights Act. And those were stories topping world news at this hour.
Maybe a little chilly tonight, but John says that may change in time for the weekend. His forecast is up next.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley News Channel with Tom Kennemer, Jeanette Smith, John Malone's weather, and